spoke about the switch on, switch off button.
Yeah.
I want to get a little bit more into that. Do you have a switch on, switch off button?
I think my button never switches off.
I agree.
It's
I completely
constantly
agree.
on, yeah.
Presenting Maruti Suzuki Espresso. With more space, more style, more mileage, it's made for more.
Hello everybody, I'm in the capital city of Delhi and you're watching Maruti Suzuki Arena presents Icons Made for More. This is the gorgeous Maruti Suzuki Espresso and I'm planning to take a lovely little drive around this city and I've got the perfect car companion beside me. Now this legend needs absolutely no introduction. She's a trendsetter, a pathbreaker, somebody who's managed to inspire an entire generation of women to dream of playing for their country one day. Let me introduce you to the one, the only Mithali Raj. Hi Mithali.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. You're looking fabulous. So, shall we get it?
Let's do.
All right, guys, follow us. So, Mithali, you're winning and twinning today. Your jacket is the same color as the car.
Yeah, bright red.
Yes, absolutely. And we're going to have red hot conversations as well, guys, because you're joining us on Maruti Suzuki Arena Presents Icons Made for More. I'm here with an icon, Mithali Raj. You all know her, love her, and you're going to love these conversations that we're going to have with her. But firstly, I want to ask you, Mithali, are you a nervous co-passenger?
Yes, I am.
You trust my driving skills. So far, so good?
Yeah, we've not gone too far. We've not gone into traffic yet.
Yeah,
so.
it's been 20 seconds, guys. But very quickly, let me talk to you about a very gifted all-rounder in the current scenario, Sneh Rana. You've known her because you're the mentor for the Gujarat Giants and she's part of the franchise as well. What were your first impressions of her, Mithali?
Well, see, Sneha made her debut like way back in 2014. And after that, when she had that knee injury and then she made a comeback into the domestic, we took her into our Indian Railways team in the domestic and then she got into the Indian team, she made a comeback. So when I talk about Sneh Rana, when I think about her, I find her a very gritty player.
Right.
Yeah, she might not be that conventional player who has a very good technique or a good bowling action or something, but when the team needs someone to step up, I think she's done that more often in the last couple of years, whether it's a test game or a one-day game, and that really reflects how resilient she is when it comes to those pressure situations.
You know, you spoke about her comeback and that happened in the year 2021. If
Yeah.
I remember right, in 2016 she suffered an injury and that caused the 5-year break. But her story is one of motivation, isn't it? She toiled in the railways and then she came back, made her comeback and showcased her talent in 2021. What do you think of this sort of career curve that she's experienced?
See, it's never easy for any player to have that sort of a break and then come back into the game, come back into the international arena is very different. Very few players have actually made a comeback from an injury like that. And then when she came back into the domestic, into the railway setup, then you know, we decided to give her the captaincy role because she was obviously one of those few players who were senior and who will be able to manage the younger lot in the domestic circuit, and she readily accepted even that added responsibility when she knows she's just making a comeback again into the game. I think even as a person, she's a very lovely person, like always trying to crack up a joke, keeping things very light. But yes, as a player, she has a switch on, switch off thing where, you know, it takes a little while for her to like get into that game and all.
You know, you spoke about the switch on, switch off button.
Yeah.
I want to get a little bit more into that. Do you have a switch on, switch off button?
I think my button never switches off.
I agree.
It's
I completely
constantly
agree.
on, yeah.
You're just ever ready and ever switched on. Just
Yeah.
like this car that we're driving in, which is just so smooth and switched on
Yes.
permanently, I think. Talk to us about your rapport with her. What sort of conversations do you have, especially now in the Gujarat dressing room?
I don't, because as someone who knows a little bit of batting, I do.
just a little bit. There's
yeah.
nothing more than that.
So I feel like when it is about the T20 format where the importance is given to even the bowlers who have to contribute a little with the bat, so I try and pump her up there, like, you know, I said, even though you might have a bit of technical issues here and there, but that's That's the least of our problem. You know, if you're able to contribute, it will add a lot more to the team, and that's our more serious conversation. But the fun part is a lot more with the youngsters around. And as I said, like, you know, she's someone who keeps things very light. So being around her, there's always a lot of this jokes and lighter moments.
So what does she do to keep things light? Is she a singer? Does she crack jokes? Is she like a dancer? How does she keep the energy flowing?
She's a singer. Yes, she enjoys listening to music. But we also sort of pull legs of all these young girls in the side who've come for the first time.
Tell me how. What do you all do? Spill some
So
secrets to us.
there's this Priya Mishra, who's a leg spinner, young leg spinner from Delhi, and she got her tattoo done when she came to the Gujarat Giants camp. And it had starve the ego and I don't know the second line. So it has some starve the ego and something to do with soul. And she had a
Feed
sword.
the soul? Feed the soul?
Yeah, feed
Yeah?
the soul,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
yeah. And a sword there. So I said, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? So she said, मतलब भूखा रखना है ईगो को. She literal meaning she said. तो उसके ऊपर I think Sneh Rana like cracked the joke. ये थोड़ी बात होती है. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि आप क्या, you know, what are you inking, because it's permanent. And that pretty Delhi sort of an accent and that sort of answer that Priya Mishra gave. So it was quite a funny thing.
Fabulous. You're talking about starving the ego, and I'm a little hungry actually. So
Yeah.
we're going to make a quick pit stop, guys. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed this conversation and you got to know Sneh Rana a little better from the lens of this icon right here, Mithali Raj, stick around because they're going to be a lot more fun conversations. You were watching Maruti Suzuki Arena presents Icons Made for More. We've got lots more coming your way. Stay tuned.
Presenting Maruti Suzuki Espresso. With more space, more style, more mileage, it's made for more.